What you want, you never get. She never knows when to quit. I started up the skies. Her heart is where fire lies. Can see it in her pain.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. The Saints have every intention of walking out of today's game with win number 4 on the season. It's the Vikings going up against the Saints. With that, we'll send it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. They've got the call in this Week 5 matchup.
All right, Larry, thank you. We are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Minnesota Vikings and the New Orleans Saints. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And the kickoff sails out. Bounds, and that's going to be a penalty.
You can see the looks on the faces of the rest of the team. You have one job to do. Just kick the ball and play.
Well, that's exactly right, Charles. The kicker, this is just inexcusable.
Absolutely inexcusable. Everyone out there slugging it out for the entire game. Execute your job.
And to give this time to the tailback. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. A second down throw for Bridgewater. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to to take the ball away from the other team.
Give them 22 on that one. And that leads to a New Orleans first down. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Quickly now a look at the defensive starters for Minnesota.
Olivier Vernon is a defensive end that combines terrific run-stopping ability with a quick first step to the passer. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window? I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. On 2nd down, Bridgewater again. He's going to rifle one deep into double coverage, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Second down following the run. On play action, it's Bridgewater. And that's going to be incomplete. And here now, New Orleans defensive unit.
Cameron Jordan is now one of those versatile defensive linemen that you can play all up and down the front. Whether he's playing tackle or end, he knows how to make plays.
Offense coming up, needing 2 yards on 3rd down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now Bridgewater. He'll rifle this one deep right side. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
It'll be just an 18-yard punt, and the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Anthony Barr got a real education at UCLA in playing not just his normal position of stand-up outside linebacker, but down defensive end. So he had to incorporate a variety of moves, take on bigger people. So he learned great leverage while he was there. That really helps him when he's trying to stop people running the ball.
Born in South Bend, Indiana. Thought about going back to go to Notre Dame, but you're right. Great career at UCLA and now a great career in the NFL. Out of the gun now on third down. Throwing left side, it's complete. A good pick up there of 20 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot. And they connected there and picked up a first down.
No gain on the play there. Second down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Shift together here from the D-line. They come up with one running back. That's Bell. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he's got his man on the out route. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, let your tight end. Let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
A gain of 6 there on first.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
He'll drop to throw. And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he'll take it across midfield and down the 48-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are.
And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. A great read, and it's picked. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline? Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Flush to his right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. A great read, and it's picked off. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. And he'll give it here to his running back. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And they still need 8 yards for the first here on 2nd down. Play fake. Bridgewater. Looking left sideline. It's complete. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. That goes for a gain of 31.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Love the call by the offensive coordinator, recognizing the situation very well, calling for the play-action pass, and completing it.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football. They've got it 2nd and 6 to start things out. They'll run it now out of the gun. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. That's complete right around the 8. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. First down and goal to go from the 7. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Teddy Bridgewater, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to strike for 6. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And the D-line pinching together, must be expecting the run.
All right, here we go.
They go back to the air here after the oh, he's going to be hit and driven into the turf. Olivier Vernon in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
All right, here we go.
Back to throw here. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That'll be a gain of 15 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. 2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter.
All right, now look at 56. Good. Hurry up, pick it up.
They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he's on to kick it away. Fielded at the 20. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense.
Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, get into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
Let's see if they dial it up this drive. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Man, wasn't that long ago that the guy playing that spot was an outside linebacker type of a guy. Now, as a defensive end, how about the speed that he used to get into the backfield and make the play?
So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's second down. They go play action. Bridgewater. He's got his man on the crossing route. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage, so as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
And he's able to find Diggs. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. That's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
Get ready. Yeah, forward.
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. And this is incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. They'll come up now in the Wildcat package. Stiff-armed him. Are you kidding me? And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. And it's good to make it 14-0. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it up. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. A gain of 3, second down. So the offense now dealing with a 2nd and 7. They'll come out in the pistol.
Here we go. 3-19. Watch it now, Barney. Hurry up. Here we go.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. Set up shop with outstanding field position in the red zone at the 17-yard line. And a great spot to start this drive from here. They come out here in the eye. Now a handoff here to his running back. And eventually brought down, but it's near the 5 at the 6. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. And a new set of downs here after picking up the 1st on the ground.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll take this one down inside the 5 to the 3. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He was trying to get his 2nd touchdown already in the first half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a 2nd. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Get ready. Wide in.
Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And he'll keep working. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. This defense hasn't let them in yet. They'll need to stiffen here. 3rd and goal from the 2. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Teddy Bridgewater with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. And it is now 21-0. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. So what again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what 2nd down has in store. They come up with 1 running back. That's Bell. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Now he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
Let's go.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to air one out. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. It's taken to the 26. 12 yards on the return that time. And it'll be Viking football here as they take possession. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. To throw, Bridgewater. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right?
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. The Vikings now heading onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
Flushed out right. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. And he'll give it here to his running back. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. Play fake. Bridgewater. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. A big completion there, and he gets out of bounds to stop the clock.
Very heady football. That allows them the opportunity to go ahead and line up and kick one right before the half ends.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. And folks, kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you on over to Orlando, where we'll check in with Larry Ridley. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? This will be taken very short. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah. Looks for Parker, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. QB split out wide now. They're in the Wildcat. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. It goes as a gain of 8. It moves the chains.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Bridgewater to throw it this time. And he finds a man with a crossing route. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. And some options here for the offense on 2nd and 2.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards.
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
And defensively, it's a nickel formation here on 3rd down and 9. Bridgewater now. And that is out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This one from 35 yards away. And Folk's kick is good. And the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now. So put another 3 on the board, and all things considered, a good opening drive here to begin the 3rd quarter.
It sure was. I think as a head coach, you're happy to come out and put a little drive together, take the 3 points, and build on your lead.
And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. They'll go again with Bell. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Eric Kendricks in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player. Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it, sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And, yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. He'll return it from the 6. A good return there, 17 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
And on 2nd and 10 now. A 2nd down throw for Bridgewater. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks.
And now here is another interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Clock showing 90 seconds to go in the third. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Rolling to his right. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Gun. They'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Will the defense dial up the pressure? Let's see. 3rd and 11. They come up with one running back. That's Bell. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Now back to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. A great read and picked off. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Give him 11 on the gain there. And that leads to a Minnesota 1st down. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. So it'll be 1st down here after the run.
Let's go.
And now here's a carry heading left. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Bridgewater to throw it. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. Well, I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
Get ready.
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. And he's got his man on the comebacker. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They'll get 17 yards there. And it'll be a Minnesota 1st down. They go play action here on 1st down.
He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And down inside the 15 he goes.
And when an offense is doing a nice job selling the play-action pass, a lot of responsibility shifts to the linebackers. They're the ones that have to determine run or pass and get to the proper places on the field.
Let's go.
From the red zone now, Bridgewater. And a quick throw here, that's complete. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
To the air again with Bridgewater. Escaping the pressure right. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Stephon Diggs, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings offense continues to pour it on. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Saints coming out now to take the field. They come up in an offset eye. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Tackle made by Eric Kendricks.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. 3rd down now following the run. They'll set up a throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested, and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Again, we'll see the pistol here. They'll look to throw. He's got time. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It'll be a gain of 24 on the play. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Back to throw now on 1st down. And my goodness, another interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. 2nd down and a little ways to go here. 2nd and 13.
Bridgewater to throw it this time. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Well, an incomplete pass certainly doesn't look like a good play. For the guy throwing it today, as many interceptions he's thrown, he's got to feel a sigh of relief that the ball actually hit the ground and didn't go in the other direction.
The defense in an enviable position here. The offense needs 13 yards. It's third down.
Three down. Set. Boy. Switch.
So the D-line's going to spread out. Bridgewater from his end zone on third down. He'll find his man on the comeback route. Complete. 18 yards there and a first down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
To throw, Bridgewater. Eluding the pressure right. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. So the offense has it 1st and 10.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. 10 yards still left on 2nd down. Bridgewater here to throw. Flush to his right. And some room to roam now. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he comes back with one complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. And the offense moving quickly to the line. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Steps away to his left. He's going to let it fly. And now here is another interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. They've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
And barring something unforeseen, this will be the last play of the game. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. The storyline in this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the time column, too.
So for Minnesota, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for New Orleans,
The loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.